Started off with my work in intensive care, and it would have been late 60s. I was working in intensive care and doing neurosurgical and neurological rehab. Always liked work that was a challenge, and I always liked respiratory work, which is a challenge, and rehab work, which is a challenge. So intensive care sort of really culminated, pulled all that together, and it's getting into like the prevention of contractures and preventing a lot of things happening, which you then had to deal with later on. I included coronary care and later cardiothoracic care, which was another territory in itself in Wellington. And I worked with these very good anaesthetists and very good surgeons, and we were lucky we had an anaesthetist in charge who took responsibility for everything in the unit and then got all the specialists in. And he was very supportive of physiotherapists and the real team effort, and I worked with some good nurses there. We worked as a team, which was great, and they did some of the in-between treatments when I wasn't there and so on, and we worked. It was really great. So the nurses decided they were developing an intensive care course, and the anaesthetist Cam Barrett was also very supportive, and he would contribute and help us, and the neurosurgeons all would help us. Everybody was going to help us. Well, when we were developing it, I said, well, I'd like to do something for the physios too, if it's possible, because it's an area that, to my way of thinking, is still quite specialised. And so we sat down and worked it through together. So the nurses course was for 6 months, and the physiotherapy course was for 3 months. And we planned the whole program, the 6-month program, where the physios could fit in. So we had the same lectures and the same specialists, and so we had nurses and physios doing lectures and assignments and things together, and working together then in the intensive care, include intensive care, coronary care, and cardiothoracic. And we modelled it on the basis that we were generic in that this is what you do at Wellington Hospital, but it might be different at another hospital. But we taught the basics, we taught the theoretical, to think back to the physiological base of what you're doing and then fitting in with the medical specialist requirements. And always thinking back what's happening, what is going on during all this total process. And so then I felt they were ready to work anywhere, at any place, at any time, under any circumstances. And that worked well, and I felt a great team, and I used a lot of respiratory therapy textbooks and material, because that was pretty geared up to intensive care type work. And it was really great. It was, I think, the best way of doing it. We ran another one as well later, and then it sort of faded, and the intensive care nursing course faded out as well. They ran it 2 or 3 years. And I still see some of those nursing people, some are very good friends of mine, and as are the medical people. But it was a great experience and a great time to be doing it. And we'd go and visit other intensive care units as well, to Palmerston North. But we made a point of encouraging them to go and visit another unit to see the difference of how different units do work, and some of them quite different. Some of them didn't allow physios in at all, basically. Auckland didn't at that time. I don't know what they do now, but they didn't. And we were very much an integral part of the basic core team of our units, which was great.